So here comes potential foot and mouth disease. If you're fans of the channel and been with us any length of time, you know our Titan Grid Outdoors 6-inch spinner target used for sights and trigger control. Well, you should see it now in the target camera, except instead of 13 yards, I'm now about 25 yards away from that little 6-inch target that begins moving. And if I want to hit it repeatedly, I have to time my shots. Would you try that with your 365? That's what I'm about to do with this 365, which has some modifications we'll go over soon. I've given myself 10 rounds. I've got Browning 115 grain standard FMJ. I have not practiced this, not tried this yet. I just zeroed the dot, and we'll talk about all that once we get inside. Here goes. Get ready to laugh at Graham. Almost over the top. But you guys should see pretty good pattern there. And that was pretty damn controllable for a little 365, I think. Now we'll head inside and I'll tell you about this build, and it's pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed for a 365. And remember, you can start from me reaching my pocket here, one of these little guys, and without getting another gun, have a completely different shooting experience. Let's get inside. All right, I've been having fun with the 365 platform for a few years now, so I've collected quite a few bits of stuff. Some of the really cool stuff comes from Icarus Precision. We've visited the factory and talked with the folks themselves and got to see how all the magic happens. The gun that I was just using in that demo is this one here, and it could just as easily have started life as a regular 365. This is one of the fun things with the platform, is it's very easy to transform the gun once you have the fire control unit. Unfortunately, YouTube won't let me show you this, but the chassis that's inside this that comes with any 365, you can convert it to any configuration you want without getting another firearm. Some of this stuff is pretty expensive, some of it is fairly affordable, but it lets you transform your firearm without getting another one. Different roles, different experiments, experience different things. All you've got to do is drive out that rear pin, and you can pull the fire control unit out and insert it into a different grip module. Sig themselves has some, like this one here. Icarus Precision is what we've got here. Modules like these two are what Icarus Precision is famous for. You might have heard that. These are made out of billet aluminum. The drawback to that, of course, is it takes a lot of time to make and it's expensive to make. And so as their popularity has grown, prices have gone up, and it's been harder to get a hold of these things. Limited availability, expensive prices, but nice features like this double undercut here to allow you to get a support hand up nice and high, and that thumb rest there to let you drive down on the gun. Yes, there are holster makers making holsters compatible with that. But what I was using most recently was this one, and it's polymer, just like the original Sig things. What's neat about that is this stuff is a lot easier to mass produce, so you can make more of it at a lower price, and that's what Icarus Precision is doing now. These are available in polymer. This is effectively the same style, same features. You got the double undercut, you got the thumb rest, you've got a real pick rail, not a manufacturer specific rail. The texturing, all of the ergonomics and things. This one is for X macro, so you'll need to get X macro mags, and of course you need a magazine release when you buy one of their grip modules. But drop your FCU into there, and then you can put an XL length slide on top like I have here for that nice flush ending there, and it makes for a well-handling, nice shooting gun. Additionally, as I understand it, these polymer grip modules are going to be available in retail locations. I think Bass Pro is going to be carrying them. I'm not 100% on that. It's been a while and I've forgotten my notes, but even if you still want to hold out for fancy aluminum, you can go to a shop and actually feel it and see how it fits your hands and get an idea and experience of the Icarus Precision grip module without setting aside a chunk of cash and then waiting months for availability and hoping you can nail one before they all disappear. And if they do, the polymer ones should be available. Now, the optic that I was using was the new Romeo-X that is from Sig itself, and hopefully I'm able to do some trick photography here through cropping and focus shifting and all of that to be able to show you guys the circle dot reticle in it. If it doesn't come out great, I'm sorry. I'm not a pro photographer. I'm just a gun guy that happens to have some cameras. And what I've come to like about the Sig Roemeo-X, you've got a side loading battery, so you don't have to dismount to change zero, and it also allows the thing to sit nice and low. It's got integrated rear fiber optic sights here that do indeed co-witness with the stock height sights, so that's nice and clear. It looks like an enclosed emitter. It is not. It just has kind of a taller hood to it, so it's still open back here, but that should help keep a lot of debris out of there. And then the other bit is it has actual buttons. A lot of your tiny footprint dots like this end up being auto brightness, and I don't like auto brightness for tactical reasons, and I don't like auto brightness for personal reasons. Just when I'm out on the range, it never seems to be quite the brightness that I prefer. These buttons here, with each depression, you get a blink confirming that there has been a change, which is nice. So you know that you've actually done something that, if you're like me on a bright sunny day at the range, all that, it can be hard to know if you've got confirmation. That blink lets you know that it's there, and this thing is beefy. I will have more details on this Romeo-X, the specs, and details on all of this, as well as other Sig 365 parts that I have played with in an additional article to the original that I did a while back. Check for that in the pinned comment if you want to learn about this stuff, see what the prices are. But I like dots, but I don't carry them. I appreciate them, I understand the use for them, but I'm not your hardcore dot guy. This Romeo-X made it really easy. That co-witness integration, and then for the shooting that you saw in the intro there, having that circle dot made it really, really easy. Considering this now has an X macro grip length with 17 rounds, I mean, this is a usable for training course pistol now. And it all started with the little tiny 365. And I think that's part of the fun of the 365 FCU and all of the interchangeability, letting you convert how you want your 365 to be. The 320 does the same thing, but the 365 I think is a little easier to shove in your pants once you get it all configured out. Also works well for smaller handed and smaller framed individuals because the gun is just naturally smaller. So just a cool, fun update. But as you saw in the intro video, you can do a lot with a 365. It's not cheap, it's not free, but with the right parts, you can transform your one firearm into the firearm of your liking. Thanks for watching.